Hey everyone, welcome back to Carrots and Olives. My name is Brittany, and today I wanted to share a few things that are new to me. I want to start off with this box, and this is my mom coming through again on the fountain pen game. She went to visit Hawaii about a couple weeks ago, and she's always on the lookout for pens now. And she found a pen maker by the name of Jim Russell. And here is his card. And I think this was on the main island, Hawaii. He makes he makes pens out of very interesting wood materials, and I wasn't there. She did do like a FaceTime with him and I was able to talk to him. I didn't get the name of the material, but what he does do is really focus more on pens that are like ballpoint. And so I asked him if he had any fountain pens, and he said most of his pens can transition into a fountain pen. I only cared about the fountain pen, of course, and I had asked him, oh, well, I'll just want the fountain pen portion. And so he changed out the nib or the roller ball into a fountain pen nib, and it came in a really nice velvet little pouch, and he included a converter cartridge and then the converter. So let me get that. So currently I have it in my koozie, and I have it like right in the middle here, and it's a really interesting shape. So this is the pen. Very pretty woodwork. It's very smooth. And it has some really pretty intricate details. And I love the part on top here where you could really see depth within the material. It's kind of hard to capture because I have a lot of glare, sorry. I will change the camera down, but it also can sit on my table like this, and I really like it. So when I open it up, you could see how it was probably meant for a ballpoint. It has a gold nib, which doesn't really match the silver trim here, but that's okay. And so he changed it out. I think it's just gold plated. I don't think it's actually a 14 karat or anything like that. And then if I twist this off, this is a bulb syringe type of converter. And so I just squeeze this part here and then the ink comes up. I find that with these, you don't get a lot of ink capacity, but that's okay because for me personally, I do like to change out my inks. So this does allow me to change out my inks pretty often, but it does write really well and no issues with the nib. It writes more like a fine medium, and it's just a really nice pen. It does have a little bit of weight to it, but it's so smooth. He does put his initials in his woodworking there, and his company name is JHR Island Creations. He has a website, but he doesn't sell off the website. So either you could call him if you look at his website and order something, but or even email him, I believe. But yeah, so it fits really nice in here, and I am enjoying this pen. So it's something I've added to my pen lineup for February. Okay, so something else is that we all know I am in this transition of moving, and so I'm been thinking about the kind of things that I need to consider when moving, and that is my washi tape. So I have like a large collection of PET tapes and washi tapes. I don't buy too many like washi tapes anymore. If anything, they are the tapes that have the backing to them. But I do have a lot of PET tapes, and those also have a plastic backing. So my experience in the last time that we moved is that regular washi tapes like this, when they were in storage for about a couple weeks, and by the time we got them in, they got stuck together and they did not do well because I guess the humidity stuck them to each other, and I couldn't use a quarter of them. So I had to toss them as I came upon them and try to use them again. I want to avoid that this time. So I decided to go with a Baumkuchen item, and it just arrived. This is actually quite a big bag in comparison to my head. But I'm going to open it up, and I want to show you what I got. So this is what it looks like. And of course, I love their packaging. I love this blue against the white. And then they have all the little stickers. So I'm going to, oh, and then I get their new little sticker for if you were to order something. I don't recall seeing the sticker sheet on their website to purchase. Maybe they put them up later, but they do tend to send you a sticker sheet. So these are all packages, which are really cute. And I love this material. It's really thin and it doesn't bulk up when you put it on your pages. So let me open this up. So I know that they have their new set of engineer pouches and new colors that they've collaborated with Superior Labor, and I wanted to jump in and get one of those. So I decided to get the engineer pouch with pockets, and this is the large, and this will be the largest that I own. This is the navy canvas with the loft paint is what they call it. It's called the Night Walk. So the bottom portion I thought looked white, and it might look a little white on here, but it's actually cream, and it's like a almost like a beige pink cream color. So this is meant to hold my washi tapes because I have to take them with me. I don't want them to sit in storage when the movers come to pack us up. So this is pretty large. It doesn't look large on camera, but when I compare it to an extra small, here's an extra small, and here's the large. So I can fit the extra small inside of here, and I have a lot of room to spare. Another comparison is the medium. I think this is the medium, or maybe this just the small. I have washi tape in here already, and then I realized I don't have enough pouches to put the rest of my washi tape. That's how too much washi tape I have. But so I guess small or medium, and this is the large in comparison. So this medium pouch is like a good average pouch. I can fit, I think, about 10 large rolls. I mean, these are the thick rolls in here, and I probably can fit a few more just because they're round, and I'm pretty sure I can get a few more in here to get it to close. So I haven't quite stuffed it all the way. And then I have the leather pouch, and this is the small leather pouch. This is the extra small engineer pouch, but this is the leather one. And here I just have pens. So those are all the pouches that I have I do have other type of storage solutions that are from Superior Labor, but I'm excited to hopefully be able to put the rest of my washi tape in here, and then I will be all set when it comes to like taking all of my stuff. The other thing I'm kind of worried about is when the movers come is my boxes. All my Classiky boxes, I have 3 of them. So I have this one, the large and the medium. I don't have any of those really small boxes, but I do have these ones. Oh, and there's washi in here. So I do have these. I can't remember where I got these from. These are not made by Classiky, but they work pretty similarly and they have the same type of clasp. So I'm nervous about my Classiky boxes getting scratched up. So I am going to be watching the movers very carefully. And as I'm doing that, I will show you how I'm going to put some of these washi tapes in the large bag so you can see that. So let's do face down so you can see the bag and how I'm filling it up. And then we could talk about the last thing I got, which will complete the order. So we are face down. You can see how big the large is, and the large does have the pockets. Not quite sure what I would fit in here. I think at one point I did see in a photo that you could put a traveler's notebook passport inside one of the pockets. Let's test that. So here's my train traveler's notebook passport. Let's see. I guess it could fit. The charm is getting in the way. And my pen loop is getting in the way a bit. But if I didn't have any of that extra stuff, it could fit in there, which is pretty cool. So if you have a minimal looking traveler's passport, it would fit in there. I'm not quite sure I would need to use that, I don't think. So these are some of the washi that I need to put in here. So this one, luckily my washi have backings, which I don't think should affect it that much. But I do want to be cautious because these tapes aren't cheap. Like I have this one. This one's really nice. I can only use it, I feel like I can only use it on so many days because they're all related to rain or water for each number, but they're so vibrant. And these are like some of my older ones that did make it through from the last move. These are just typical washi, but these are the kind of washi that are the nice washi. So it kind of makes sense. They still have a pretty good stickiness, tackiness to it. So it makes sense that they lasted during that move. So the thing about these boxes is that they aren't as great quality. I know I got them in an order from overseas, and I like them. I can even customize it and paint it to the color of my other boxes. But so I have this, I have this little thing, which has these in here. Let's put those away. And I don't like to store my washi in bags throughout the year. I like them on display so that I could see what I have, because it's hard to remember what images you want to add to a spread if you can't see them. I also have the Classiky ones back here on top of my computer display, if I can grab it. My hands are getting chunky since I'm Prego, and they don't fit. They don't fit in places like they used to. It doesn't look like they're chunky, but Like the other day, I was driving and my phone got stuck on the side of the seat. And if it were any other typical day, I would have been able to get my phone rather easily. But now my hand would not fit down the side of my seat, and I could not reach my phone for the life of me. I had to wait till my kids got out of school, and that was like 4 hours without my phone before, and then ask them to get my phone underneath the seat. Okay, so I have this mechanism from Galen Leather with some washi tapes on them, and these are true washi tapes. Well, this one PET, but this is a washi tape. It's a Classiky washi tape. And then this was the washi tape from Baumkuchen. And another really, really pretty design. I don't know the maker off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure you've seen this one before. And this washi is really good. Tackiness is really strong. And I love this little mechanism. So at Hobby Lobby, I got one of these wooden containers, kind of like if you have an office and you put people's mail in the wooden boxes. I have like one row of them. So it's a row of about 9 slots, and I put my washi in there. So they're on display. So that's another area. I do have those clear containers of washi, but that's the washi I'm not so concerned about because they made it through the last time. So I would just, oh no, I'm getting too tight. It's too much, too wide. So I'm probably going to put this one here. I think this is one of the ones that were, they would get stuck. The tackiness is really minimal. And so I'm probably going to put that back in the plastic container. These, this one. Now something like this, where I got samples, I'm going to actually cut these down and then store them in a pouch that I can take with me in my bag. So this is already full. I was hoping it wouldn't be, but it already is. So these two are going to go somewhere else. And this is going to go somewhere else. I also store washi in this bag, which I got from Nico Neko. It's called Big John. It's made out of like jean material. It's so cool. I like how it opens and then the top can just lay out. And then you just have all your washi tape there. I think I could fit maybe a few in here because there's a little space on top and it's not so structured. So I don't know if this is going to close. Oh boy. So there's something here that's not working. Maybe these I can take out. There. Okay, so this one's gonna have to go somewhere else. I don't think it's gonna fit in here. This bag is pretty stuffed. I guess we could try. So this one's set, that one's set, this one's set. I think I have all my washi. Oh, no. I forgot this guy. No, not this one. Now these are pretty skinny. I'm sure I can manage to put them in here. There we go. That was, yes. Okay, so I got my main bags of washi good to go. I think. Yes. So I managed to put them in 3 bags, which is great. The things that are in here are actually my stamps. And another thing I'm worried about is how to bring my stamps with me. And I'm thinking I might put them inside of my Bao bag since it's so structured, and take that with me. So I'm still trying to figure out how to do it, but at least I have figured out my washi tapes. Now I think I'm probably going to have to tape this across so that this dowel does not get lost, since it's made uniquely for this tape runner. All right, and then last but not least is one last thing I purchased, which is just a traveler's notebook insert. So I just happened to get this one, which is the 005. It is the diary, free diary, so you get to pick what day and if you want to journal on that day, and that's pretty much it. So this has MD paper and cream, and yeah, so now I can add that to my little collection of inserts, and there we go. Oh, I guess one last thing is to share with you the pen one more time. And I did ink it up with a blue ink, and I will talk about this more in my fountain pen video recap at the end of the month. So thank you for joining me today, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Bye.